In the deepest places of the Atlantic, where sunlight has never touched for more than a century, there lies a silence so heavy it feels alive. It is not the quiet of peace, but the quiet of memory, thick, suffocating, and sacred. This is where the RMS Titanic rests, a steel giant swallowed by time, yet still whispering to those who dare to drift close enough to listen. As our POV camera glides forward, like a slow breath drifting through the cold black water, the first thing we see is nothingness, pure, endless darkness. Then, as if the ocean itself decides to reveal its secret, a massive shadow emerges. It grows larger, clearer, more defined, until the unmistakable shape of Titanic's bow pierces the gloom. Even now, even broken, it still has the power to command awe. This ship, once the symbol of human ambition and luxury, now lies fractured like a monument toppled by nature's hand. The railings are gone, the wood long decayed, the steel plates folded like paper. And yet, despite all of this ruin, the ship feels alive, its presence undeniable, its story unending. A chair leans against a table, overturned as if someone had risen in panic. Sunlight once lit this room. Now it is illuminated only by the dim glow of our drifting camera. Then comes the mailroom, a place of purpose and duty. Torn bags lie open, letters drift across the floor, still sealed, still bearing the names of people who never received them. These letters are frozen goodbyes, silent stories that traveled but never reached a home. We descend lower still into the bowels of the ship, where the heat of boilers once roared. Now, the boiler rooms stand like dark cathedrals of rust. Gigantic iron mouths gape open, their furnaces long cold. Tools lie where they were dropped. Benches remain where stokers once sat in exhaustion. And here, again, a skeleton slumps beside a valve wheel, fingers still curled as if the man had been trying to save his world in the final minutes. We glide toward the engine room, a place of immense power now reduced to twisted machinery. The reciprocating engines stand like monuments of some ancient civilization. The silence here is different, heavier. It feels like entering a grave guarded by giants. But the most haunting moment arrives when we reach the grand staircase. All its elegance is gone. The glass dome shattered, the carved wood dissolved. Yet the shape is unmistakable. The wide opening, the railings, the sweeping curve. It is still there, like the skeleton of a once magnificent creature. Silt spirals upward as we float above it, like memories rising to the surface. From the staircase, we move to the first-class dining saloon. Here, the collapse is dramatic, columns fallen, chandeliers lying in fragments, debris covering the floor. And yet, at one long table, a single skeleton sits upright, as if dining with ghosts. The china plates remain, shifted and cracked, but still recognizable. Time, it seems, has chosen not to disturb this Last Supper. The ocean, however, has claimed everything else. Further along, the carved Parisian appears, delicate Rottian chairs covered in rust. A child's shoe lies beside a collapsed table. A broken teacup drifts past, suspended in mid-water, as if waiting to be picked up again. We drift into the Marconi wireless room, the place where the final distress signals were sent. Telegraph equipment hangs like skeletons of machines, wires floating freely. A chair lies overturned. A pen sits on the table, coated in rust. The last messages sent from this room saved hundreds, yet the room itself feels abandoned by the world it helped rescue. Moving outward, we pass the officers' quarters, their desks collapsed, their beds covered in sand. In the captain's room, the walls have fallen, but the structure of his desk remains, with a half-disintegrated map still lying across it. One can almost imagine the captain standing here hours before the tragedy, unaware of the fate racing toward them across the dark sea. Our journey continues toward the stern, where destruction becomes overwhelming. The stern section did not sink gracefully, imploded, twisted, torn by unimaginable pressure. Steel beams bend like the branches of a fallen tree. Rooms overlap. Floors collapse into floors. It is chaos preserved. Here, among the broken metal, lie countless personal belongings. Combs, suitcases, boots, jewelry cases, shattered open. Each item tells a story of its owner's story cut short. Finally, the camera drifts away from the shattered stern and enters the debris field spread across the ocean floor. It is here, more than anywhere else, that the true scale of loss becomes clear. Plates, beds, chairs, children's toys, pieces of clothing, parts of the ship scattered like memories thrown across the seabed. Skeletons, half buried in silt, rest silently among these fragments. They are not frightening, they are heartbreakingly human. The camera slowly pulls back. Titanic begins to fade again into the darkness, becoming once more a shadow in the deep. The silence grows thicker, but it is no longer empty. It is full of stories, full of unanswered questions, full of the weight of everything and everyone this ship once carried. Titanic is not just a wreck. It is a memory that refuses to die. A monument to human ambition, human error, human courage, and human fragility resting forever in the cold embrace of the Atlantic, whispering its truth to anyone brave enough to listen.